Yo, welcome back everybody to day 4. I only have 3 fingers. Yo, what up, Tarantula? Thanks for the sub. 25 months. Yo, happy year and a month. It has been year and a month. Yeah, I know how to count. 2 years. I was about to say it's been a long year, huh? And I'm like, it hasn't been a year. A long 2 years and a month. 1 month longer than last month. But yeah, we're back with day 4 of Final Fantasy XVI. You may notice the game might look a little bit different. That is because I looked at the VOD. I wanted to look at the VOD for the other day. Bro, the VOD looks like shit, dude. This game looks so colorless and washed out. Oh my god. And I'm watching somebody else play the game and their game looks nice. So I went in and I fiddled with some of the settings on all the stuff, and now my game looks better than that other game from the stream I was watching. So hopefully this fixes a lot of issues. The game might look a little bit darker though as a result, but at least it has fucking colors in it now. God damn, dude, it just looks so bad. Oh well. I didn't get any different experience, but hopefully it comes out better on the screen. But yeah, what's up, Tarantula? Happy Thursday. Have to double check it's Thursday. We're gonna talk to Tomes. He's got his own library, huh?
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
This guy has been fucking collecting. Played the Pikmin 1 demo, now you're playing the Pikmin 4 demo, now you're playing the Pikmin 1. So, people who are like hardcore Pikmin fans that I know have said that they don't like the control schemes. Have you ever played Pikmin 1 or 2? They changed the way the controls work apparently, and it's a little bit weird, and 4 is kind of the same way.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head, but without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Says to use the Wii controls, but you hate the Wii controls.
Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their
Is
parents
used an
weighs
emulator?
heavy on them,
Gotcha.
however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night. From some more than others. And the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
What do you think of Pikmin 4, at least? Simeon's Treasury of Knowledge. Ye seas which grid about ye land of Valistia on all sides doth churn most frolic with diverse and deadly creatures. Among these are beasts more prodigious in size than entire islands, yet customarily as placid as ye very doldrums. Yet lo, when they do awaken, towering waves are driven forth, like the proportion to great mountains. Ye people of ye outer seas in which these creatures dwell doth live in great terror of ye writhing isles, as certain chroniclers make record of their being known. Yes, I'm pretty sure Leviathan does exist. Comb. Mithril. Mithril is a material of both passing hardness and luster, and it's these two qualities for which it is valued by the weapon and armorsmiths of the realm. However, there is a third quality of mithril that sets it apart from steel or shell. Its durance. While even the finest steel may be melted by dragon's fire, become brittle in frigid climes, or turn to rust if not regularly and rightly oiled, mithril is once made eternally unchanging. In this volume, I'll explain how one might go about making, shaping, and employing mithril. War seems fun. Controls are better, but one will always be a classic.
Is there something I might assist you with,
Gotcha.
Clive? It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us of not only our home and our loved ones, but that of which Cid fought fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we may never have found again, had you not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Had you not let us hear.
To Benumery, and the Invincible, where among the ghosts of the fallen our journey can continue. The Invincible! That's the name of the airship we're occupying. Invincible. Very important name. Here in the belly of a Leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever. And here may it burn for 1,000 more.
I have
Especially with the atmosphere.
new notes that might interest you. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
I want to know about... they're not here. Wait, what? The name by which Ultima addresses Clive. It appears to be his title for the vessel of limitless power. That means to make that he means to make of the young Lord Marquess. But to what end he requires such a thing, only Ultima knows. Name that the being known as Ultima gives to Clive. It appears to be synonymous with mythos. Dude. Oh, I learned a word. I looked it up today actually because I was very curious. Abbey is basically a monastery. It could be a church, it could be other things, but basically any building where monks and nuns like preside and reside and carry out whatever they got to do. So they could be called churches.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
God, the prelude is so good, dude. I feel like I've been playing too many story-based games recently.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a stolus. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
I don't get it. Sure, they don't have the tattoo anymore. They don't have a tattoo anymore, but like, what does it change about you? But yeah, I feel like I've been playing too many story-based games, and I need to dedicate a few more days to playing games that aren't story-based, that I can just chill and hang out in. We need more chill games that aren't important. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, and I reckon I'll see you when you're done to wear upon my return.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does.
I feel like Joshua's gonna be the final boss. Or the final boss before the final boss, you know?
To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
Oh, Joshua's different looking now. Is giving Xenoblade 3 vibes? Yeah, kinda.
And so the North is lost.
It's Shulk!
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace.
Oh
But
my
this-
god.
This is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows.
I really like his new drip.
Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
No. Why does his boots look like a boot in Final Fantasy 14.
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
He was wearing a boot from 14, bro. I've seen that boot before.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
I'm pretty sure Clive's boots are also from 14. Just used 14 assets. It doesn't use all 14 assets, but it uses a lot, surprisingly. There's a lot of things in here that are very similar. Of course, not everything could be exactly the same because, you know, 14 runs off of fucking PlayStation 1 graphics. There's a lot of stuff.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads
Copy
from
and paste
Buick
Limsa,
garrison in this
no!
area
You're
started
right.
a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive.
Daily, yeah.
You think this was planned?
Daily nod. The models have tongues.
The Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
A couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
That is a promise that it will never be kept. New episode of State of the Realm. How does this shit even work, bro?
Welcome back, Sid.
Boatman.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tet does our lemon tarts.
This is the second person who's talked about Tet.
Which might stave off the rock for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative.
5 looks like Dunban True.
And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot.
Beetles.
Might be enough to tide me over.
Down to the
Sounds
Abbey
easier than felling
Road.
a faraway forest. That's for certain.
You guys see that quest name? I see that quest name. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, dude. What is that quest name, bro? Oh my fucking Lord of mercy. Ahem. Anywho. Can I just jump down here? Whoa!
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth. Nice try. Can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this.
Huh. One of them says complete on there. Hey, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo. So your boat has a name.
Argos.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Cock and ball complete. What is that? That's a new currency. What was that currency? Hmm. Might as well just do that. I'm gonna be using all of them anyway. Yeah, I opened this for a reason. I forgot. I got distracted by that menu. Probably nothing important, I guess.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Fucking Imperials. If they are
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
Yeesh, that does not sound good. Oh yeah, those points. I wanted to know what those points were. I don't think I'll... Oh. Oh, I've already seen like a bunch of fucking memes, dude. Of Clive with like a Boy Scout sash and all of the little badges that he's gotten. It's so silly. Ability points in Gil. I would assume it'd be right here where it tells me.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Anything catch your eye?
Tonic duration.
Much obliged. Fare thee well.
Oi, look sharp!
If those horses touch it.
Like I said, I did change the game's settings a little bit, and I did lower the brightness from where I had it.
Up ahead.
Let me know if it's too dark.
Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive.
I doubt it.
Do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Is it though? These guys are fucking assholes, bro. Probably something the Duchess fucking came up with too.
we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
He's still alive. Think. I don't think so anymore.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
How did they not know that Clive got his mark removed? It's so obvious. They're fucking scarred.
Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Oh, God.
You're finished.
Clive.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Is that all of them? Probably. Quest complete.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Lower defense for more offense. Jesus Christ.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
Oh my God.
We're here to help.
That guy's head is fucking stoning.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid,
Where are you? Sin!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive,
He's not a survivor anymore.
he's gone.
My fucking god, dude.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Ginormous sack of dead ashes. Immediately disappears. Oh. Ah, yes. Oh my god, that thing is there, bro. What? No. Ariman! Oh, it's a bounty. Notorious Mark. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating Notorious Marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that can be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Look at Torgal.
Let's try.
Doom. Oh, I see. The green thing is not a battlefield, but it marks the end of this one. So if I leave, then the thing is over. Oh, God!
Nice try.
Got him. I was looking at that thing, I'm like, man, what the fuck is that shit? Not one of these fuckers.
You didn't see that coming.
Dumb bitch.
That must be the bridge.
What a nice bridge.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Happy music's playing at least.
Oi, look sharp!
And they call themselves our country.
They've killed my parent. I demand.
That guy needs to die. They killed my bearer. How could they?
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable.
I wonder why they would do that. The only thing I could think of is because...
Why do it at all?
Maybe they just want to make
Has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
magic
What
more
goes on in that woman's head
scarce.
is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones.
Big men or big
Those
swords?
Imperials think they can
Or
come in
both.
here again and threaten my people. They're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Strapping young curse breaker. New quest available nearby. That is a different icon, and it kind of scares me because it's a plus.
What are you after?
What are you after, fucking dumbass?
Is that everything? A fair trade. Is that everything? Fairly well.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
All right, plus sign.
You there! Don't just pass me by. You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones?
The one right behind
Not
you.
just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Knowing 14, the plus sign means I'm going to unlock something from this. And a white chocobo and their gang sounds like that's my chocobo.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
Good luck to you.
And
And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
we'll know it's my bird if its fucking left eye is fucked up.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Didn't your dad have a white one too?
Looks like they went that way.
Like, if it wasn't obvious based off of everything going on here, that is what makes it. That should have made it, like, super obvious.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
They're not showing the eye, bro.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, bravo!
Oh my god!
Come on!
What the fuck?
Garuda?
Aw. Guys, dumbass. Oh, there's no left eye.
You're safe now. White heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
What's it screenshot as? These are the Steam community screenshots, bro.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Yes. There's others.
Myself a flock.
Wow, enough for all the party members.
Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
It's actually my bird, by the way.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are.
Wow.
Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Something like that.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
Ow.
Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
God, that eyeball, bro. What a marble.
Isn't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
I'm gonna take a photo to commemorate. Hey, with a cool eye patch, bro.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now.
Wow.
You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
That shit happened 5 years ago, bro.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind.
That shit was 5 years ago. That you're telling me that never happened again?
Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Quest complete. Five chambers. Chocobo unlocked. After 18 young years, Clive has finally been reunited with his fateful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia. And use X to mount. Oh god, the triggers have they put the fucking the feedback on them. What happens if I get into trouble?
Straight home now.
Okay. No. I went Nintendo on there. Nintendo for a mo.
Where's Gav?
Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's Head?
That looks so cool.
And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations.
The fuck? Crystalline Dominion, Alphino's team. So they're the ones who got taken over by the Empire. Yep. Yeah. Okay. The Republic is Kupka or whatever his fucking name is. Kupiku. Then that's the Empire. The Non-Aggression Treaty. Crystalline Impasse is where that the crystalline empire was. Where we are.
Beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
Just like last time.
It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
Where we should not go.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
Come on, Gav.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Gav would look fucking 1,000 times cooler with an eye patch, bro. Uh-oh. Telling us everything we have unlocked. Otto's counter is now open. We have Alliant reports. Okay, we know what that is. Patron's Whisper and Hunt Board. Patron's Whisper. And probably new merchant stuff. One new quest. Actually no new merchant stuff. Nice.
For indeed.
You think it's alright to touch him?
I don't know. You go first.
It's okay. My dog doesn't bite. We have that. Nice. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would we had more time to speak to each other in person. But for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I'm gladdened to hear that of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say, White Heart. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Jill, you're literally always next to me, bro. What are you doing? Oh, I have to go that way.
Chocobo, chocobo, why can't you fly? What good are your wings if you can't reach the sky? Flap harder, says bluebird, flap harder, says crow. Flap harder or into the oven you go!
Amateur Twitcher? That kid is going far. Just your average Twitch stream. Oh wow, this place looks cool.
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's
You
good to know
botanist?
that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Nice. A much nicer quest than Cock and Ball.
Did you come through the forge today?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
That broom's as ragged as...
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, Tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Clive, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew that all already. That's why I need your help. I need not remind you that I am the mightiest of all Kupos. No fiend of the forest of the Green Ward can measure up to Nectar the Kupo. Fuck! I need you to slay them all! Why don't they let me auto-scroll?
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's so good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the billets that get posted on the board. So if there's anything you need to know, I'm your Moogle. Did I ever tell you about that time I visited the Great Continent?
I don't think so.
Of course I didn't, because I've never been seen, Kupo. Look at these wings. Do they look like that sort that might carry a Moogle across countless leagues of the open ocean? They call me Nectar the Bold, not Nectar the Stupid. What the fuck? You dumb, Nectar. Reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted to the hunt board in hopes that fearless heroes like Clive take it upon themselves to hunt and slay them down. We did the Ahriman. The Angel of Death. Greater coming by the way of Caer Norvent met with a troop of curse breakers traveling in the opposite direction and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead, his eyes wild and flickering. Though the curse breakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey through their pass, Jesus Christ. The sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept up a brisk pace. Belphegor. Oh, a rank B? Oh my god. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to be it needs to feed. I hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenchers of the nearby villages.
Oh, Clive, welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? is everything we've received and everything promised.
Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway's Mess to view current renown level and accept any donations. Coco the Tea House. Renown rating of 85? Oh. Oh, I was like, level?
Here you are. All yours.
Okay. Berserker ring.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Finally opening that game must-see. Proud of you for finally opening it up. Lurk because I'm at work. Wait, what? Finally opening that game must-see? What game? Oh my god, my title. Okay. Shut the oh my god. What the hell, Koi? Yo.
How are you doing?
Enjoy the lurk.
Anything catch your eye?
Awesome.
Always
That's what I like to
something.
see.
Sound like anywhere.
I like to see no quests.
That broom's as ragged as
Finally opening that game must see.
Think it's all right to touch him?
It's not
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have the first pick. Wow.
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still. It explains
All right, off we go to our new stage. Finally, some new content.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Right.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Oh, here's where we are.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Oh my god, she can fly! Oh shit.
Thanks, girl.
Isn't this a hunt? I wish you would tell us, not like give us a little thing. Nice.
Time to fight.
I don't think that was a mark.
Yeah. All right.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right. I heard you the first time.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price. Fare you well?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions? 100? I heard they were... We're going hunting for outlaws. How do you like that, boy?
2 more left to join the garrison this very morn.
At this rate, there'll be none left to help with the harvest.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you?
His face.
At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire?
Right. I don't think we met anybody.
Well, I would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Fly, Ambrosia! This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Oh! Hello?
Ever since the apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. More of my mother's men. Time to fight.
Nope. Time to run away. All that for 5 fucking gil, huh?
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Enough.
Enemies, Swain.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Art in the Discord. Boba Fett? Bruh, this guy is... Wait. He didn't voice Boba Fett, right? That's a lie. No, right? In the video games, maybe? Probably should.
Find something, boy. Death.
Smelly smell.
Found her.
Oh my fucking god, bro.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
What is wrong with his mom, bro?
We should go.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yes.
She is fucking insane. He did voice Boba Fett?
Can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Oh my god.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
He's most well known for voicing all the clone troopers in basically every game. Holy moly.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush now. You didn't hear nothing.
In honor of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosario.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
We won't survive another night.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed. Begone!
How am I to sell my...
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
You find no succor to the South Travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
You know what? I'm willing to bet that his uncle is dead.
Let us pass!
My children are starving!
Have mercy. Voice-friends dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here.
Oh, good enough for everything!
Hang you chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your sties!
We'll cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Probably through the village, I guess.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Right.
The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Probably not.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
Oh no. What they were thinking.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Wait.
Blessing of the Phoenix.
Is that Wade?
It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
They didn't die.
It is. So wait.
But the other guy probably died.
We can speak inside.
Jeez, I fucking murdered his people. Oh, good thing I knocked them out.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Wait.
Her son.
Does that mean Bahamut
So wait,
is...
the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. At least you're not dead. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
I thought that's what I did.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is not so easily quenched.
The Black Shields won't know what hit them.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
In the flesh. Saw him once when I was your age. He had that same look in his eyes.
We'll show them as much mercy as they did our sisters and brothers in Old Hill.
Less if I have my way.
Allow me to tend to your needs, my lord.
Desert Rose.
Of course, my lord. It has been an honor.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Did we just get something about party members right now?
We'll keep them from the bridge. Don't you worry.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Oh, so they're looking for them. Got it.
Look at me sideways. How is the Black Shields?
Come along now. We'll find another bridge.
The bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Just fucking do it.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
It's over.
Ba, 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 ba,
A
ba.
noble stand,
Oh,
albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
So wait.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Got him. Imperial Link.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Exactly that, yes. I've unlocked a new thing.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
A seal? Another
It's the mark of
badge.
the Guardian.
Yeah!
Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
We got another badge.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it.
Huh.
If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Ooh, very dark.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Alright, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosefield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Aww.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Crying, dude. Holy shit. This is so fucked up.
Bravo,
and
Uncle.
sad.
You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive.
Oh, man.
My dear boy. It's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Dude, the facial animations, bro.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
My god, dude. It's so expressive.
So you
way better
arrived
than the
late to one
Nintendo
of her
Switch.
cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
I feel so wrong, dude. I feel like him just saying all this shit out loud is he's gonna fucking die. That's like ginormous red flags. How does he have the how does he feel like he's gonna be fine not talking like this, you know? Like,
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything.
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Yeah. Oh my god, the prelude.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid.
Tolkien!
You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Man, they better not kill Uncle, bro. Dude, that track, man. Soken, stop. He's so good.
Over there. Go on. She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
We're about to fuck up a lot of people's lives,
Monsters.
including Jill's.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could.
So fucked.
And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Here be
Only the
monsters.
Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Here be lions. Follow me. There's one thing I want to know.
Did you come to borrow a book, Sid? 'Cause you can't have this.
My knowledge is yours. I have a few new notes that might interest you. What subject shall we consider today?
So we got Phoenix, Shiva, Ramu, Garuda, Titan, Bahamut, Odin. Okay, that's 7. So we're missing one. I can only assume that's Leviathan. Because I was counting them in my head. Like we have Phoenix, Garuda, and Ramu. That's 3. And then Titan, Bahamut, and Odin. Okay, so yeah, that I miscounted earlier in my head somehow. I'm guessing Leviathan is the one, because like the Iron Kingdom, how do they have their crystal still, right? They don't have a dominant, right? The dominant they had was Shiva, which means that they do have one, and I can only assume it's Leviathan.
You are always welcome, Clive.
I think we're going to continue this next time.